Alrighty, so good morning. I am just obviously in the kitchen and we are going to talk about food safety and obviously we are going to train, in this case, Kulwinda in how to obviously operate in the kitchen as well. So we're starting with hair nets in our heads. Okay, so we make sure no hairs go into the food, no bacteria is passed on to the food when serving. Also, both we are wearing closed shoes, as you can see. So closed shoes and as per work health and safety as well. So if anything heavy falls on our shoes, we don't get hurt. Now, where to find the hair nets? As soon as you enter the kitchen, there is a bag of them. And if they are not there, there is a whole box in this corner here, which you can easily grab. I will show you as well as we come out. This is the bag of hair nets, multiple of them, so you can wear them before entering the kitchen. Now, so as you enter the kitchen as well, you obviously will have this plate over here, who the food safety supervisor of the kitchen is. So the person that remains contactable in case of any allergy issues within the kitchen or any problems within the service as well. So in this case, it's Charmaine, but I am also a food safety supervisor as well as Kulwinda, who is today in training. Now, let's start. So here, so as we enter, Kulwinda, so what she did is turning on the dishwasher, and the dishwasher needs to get to which temperature, Kulwinda?
Uh, 63 and 84.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the temperature that it needs to get the dishwasher. So we make sure all the bacteria and everything in the dishes is actually killed and it doesn't pass on to, and doesn't stay on the in the cutlery that we serve. Now, so obviously Kulwinda, as you can see already, she placed a couple of towels and they are all in there. Okay, so fresh to obviously go. Now she put those two towels on sanitized surfaces. So before you start your shift, you gotta actually sanitize all the surfaces with the spray that I'm going to show you, which is Germ Guard. Germ Guard is the spray that obviously Kulwinda is using to sanitize all the surfaces as she starts. And when I say surfaces, it means the benches, it means the outside of the dishwasher, and obviously as well over there on the sink. Now, moving on to, obviously we spoke about PPE and work health and safety a little bit. Now, Kulwinda, let's talk about all the folders, where to find what information, because it's clue. So obviously all your the food safety program in the kitchen will be stored in there. We will show you a little bit more, and it's this big red folder. In here you got your food safety program, and obviously
The month survey, we are just
yes,
separate, like for the month.
fantastic, yeah.
Yeah. So that's easy.
Fantastic. Beautiful. So with this one here, this is basically what you will use for the day to record all your temperatures. Now remember, when you come into the kitchen, we got to record all the temperatures, including, as you mentioned before, the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And then also the main meals, the purees, everything that is served, it has to be recorded. So now,
So we are putting in this folder, which one, like for the month, like it's August. So we are putting August here. So once it will finish, we are storing in that one and putting the next month again here.
Okay.
it's
So
easy.
this is a storage temperature, sanitizing schedule, and then you pass it on to the blue one.
Yeah, once,
Okay. So for the month, sorry, you will have this one here. You will have the green folder where you find everything necessary to run through the day.
Yeah.
everything necessary to run through the day. After you do this, you put it on the blue obviously folder, but the main one that you will need is the green one. Okay, and here for window obviously we got the food receipt, so this one is for every time a delivery gets here. Every time a delivery gets here, you will obviously put the day that it gets here and you actually check the temperature. Now, let's have a look where the thermometer is, school window, so everybody is aware. So, thermometer is just right here. Okay, it works absolutely perfectly. And then obviously as well, you got the alcohol swabs to clean them once they are used, once it is used. Now, so obviously, once done, food receipt, we go through as well as storage temperatures. Regarding the storage temperatures, as soon as we come in the kitchen, we got to check temperature of the fridge and temperature of the freezer as well. And there is one upstairs, correct?
Yeah.
There is one upstairs as well. So, how do you actually check these temperatures? Very easy. Each fridge and each freezer have a thermometer already installed in them. You can actually see in there, and you obviously would check personally as well, open the fridge and feeling that it's actually cold as it needs to be. Okay, then within the fridge we are going to talk about how we place the food as well. Cool window, so especially when someone, so obviously if you or another cook gets a delivery for the day, how would you place the order? So obviously milk on the very top shelf, and obviously I can see the spices and anything open like the tomato sauce. It has to have an open date. Where can we find the open date stickers? They are very clearly displayed over here. And you could grab one of these and it's opened on. You stick it onto the product, you put the date, and obviously we all know that that product is being opened on such date. So in the second row, what do we have, Kulwinda, in the second row?
So we have like all the like cream cheese spreads and everything spreads on the second shelf.
Yes.
And then we have the cheese on the third shelf. And if we have normally we keep the veggies at the last shelf, but like if we have some more, so we are keeping it here. And next to the veggies, we are keeping the fruits.
Fantastic. All separated though, all separated.
And the red one is for the meat.
Okay, so very important as well. Bottom shelf is for the meat. Okay, we don't want to see any meat on the top because this can leak and can obviously spread possible bacteria to other foods, which we wanna obviously avoid cross contamination. Fantastic, Winda.
And the gloves. Normally we have one opened here. But
Fantastic.
If that one is finished, you can find it here.
Beautiful. So multiple boxes of gloves are available. So obviously when you start your preparation in the kitchen, you obviously grab a couple of gloves. Kulwinda has theirs already. I will have my couple as well. And we can start prepared again on sanitized surfaces.
Yes.
Now, so obviously as well, talking about working in the kitchen in terms of health and safety, we got to make sure the floors are uncluttered. There is nothing that the cooks can trip on again. And obviously, especially when you come in at the beginning of the day, the floor should be completely clean. Okay, clean, swept and mopped by the cleaners. Okay, so obviously, and no hazards, no visible hazards. So, alrighty. So, for example, before actually we start chopping, so we are gonna start with the fruits, Kulwinda, isn't it?
I always put the puree first, like a salad.
Okay, all right.
It's broccoli, carrots, and
Okay. So we got all the veggies in there ready already with hot water, isn't it? And over there,
Today it's a tuna bake, so I just put the water on. So we while I will do the fruits. So
Yeah.
like the macaroni will be done. So I will start the like a main thing after that, after my food.
Fantastic. Okay, so you already have that ongoing
Yes.
while you start coming with the fruits. Now, regarding the fruits, we do have different chopping boards over here.
Yeah.
So all the different chopping boards and all the different colors. We will use different colors for certain things. So for example, window already has the green board on top, which we use for fruits and vegetables. Okay. So obviously to avoid cross contamination as well. Before we start for the day, we check the menu. What is the menu for today? And obviously as well the number of children attending, so for how many children we are cooking. And then over here all the allergy lists, so allergy list in all rooms to make sure Kulwinda or any other cook that walks into the kitchen, you all clearly know which children have allergies and diet requirements to cater for the day. Also, as a procedure here, and just to make the cook's life easier as well, the cook obviously will prepare as well the current cook. If someone comes in and helps for the day, what they will do is write a list on the diary as a quick access, as a quick reminder, rather than you giving constantly. However, if you are not sure and you need to have actually check what is in there, you would go open the cupboard and you see all the allergies. Now, how do you cook for allergy children? So allergies must be cooked separately and served separately. We do have a procedure in place, Kulwinda,
Yeah.
and we are going to explain this as well. So we do have anaphylaxis and allergy children, which will be served in clear red bowls. Okay, these cannot be mistaken. It's actually a procedure that's been working very well, and obviously it's easy as well to to assume because it's red color. It's right onto our faces, right? So the children with anaphylaxis allergies will be served in this one here, covered, and we would put also an allergy sticker. So we would put an allergy sticker on top, no matter if it's red, because we still want the sticker. Remember, this bowl with the food will be absolutely covered.
Yeah.
So you, from the top, you won't really see the color when it's served on the trolley. However, you put the allergy sticker, very important. Then we do have diet requirements children, which can be vegetarian, dairy free, gluten free. Some of them cannot have, let's say, Vegemite. They cannot have red meat. A lot of religious and personal reasons as well. We cater for those children as well, and we use this bowl over here.
Yeah.
Silver bowl served as well. However, you will serve this empty. So you will serve the meal in a normal bowl. So for example, we will grab it from here. You will serve the meal on a normal bowl, right? On top, you would put the dietary requirements. So for example, vegetarian, right? You actually can put a sticker to it as well if you desire. So you put vegetarian, right? You put on top and you leave this near the bowl. What you do is you leave this near this main bowl empty.
Yeah.
So the educators have to actually serve on these bowls, okay? The difference between the red and this is that the red one, you must serve it yourself in here to avoid cross-contamination. Again, it's anaphylactic children, so it's actually life or death. It's quite serious. Diet requirement, the educators will need to serve it. You just provide the empty bowls. The rest of the children can actually have the normal milk like everybody else. Fantastic. So we are going to put that away, Kulwinda, in the meantime. And we can start with your day. So let's just start maybe with the cutting fruits.
Yeah.
Also very important as well that I've gotta mention in this case, Kulwinda, is if you have symptoms of vomiting, diarrhea, your stomach feels funny, you obviously got to report it to your food safety supervisor. In this case, it is Charmaine or myself. So obviously, if you feel sick in that manner, you will need to inform us, because obviously there is a high risk of contamination, through that illness. So yeah. Now, so obviously, as well, I got, like, in terms of letting the food safety supervisor know and all that, we got the first aid kit over here. If you cut yourself, if you injure yourself in the kitchen while doing the work, obviously there is a fully replenished, there is a full, first aid kit. Which I cannot open.
Yeah, this one is really hard to. Yeah.
It is, you see?
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay, so we got the first aid kit all replenished. So obviously there is clothes strips, there is cleansing wipes, saline ampoules, burns, wounds as well, eye wounds, and visual, obviously, bandages as well if it's a minor cut. Obviously, if something happens throughout the kitchen, like during your service as well, you will need to obviously act immediately with your first aid knowledge as well, but also call the food safety supervisor so they can actually help as well in the moment, okay, with that wounding and all that. So we would close this one here. Okay, and what I'll do is, because I've been touching and I've been showing, what I'll do is I'll actually wash my hands, Window, which I would love you to watch me to do.
Yeah.
No problem. And so what we do is, obviously, as you can see, the sink is hand washing only. So what you do is obviously very basic. 2 pumps, you open the water slightly. Okay, you get wet your hands, and obviously you wash properly your hands and get ready for the service. So between the fingers, on top of the palms, for around 30 seconds. Fantastic. We will have always paper here, plenty of paper. So we dry our hands properly. Beautiful. And then we are ready to put another gloves on.
So I'm just preparing one box like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and the one for the crawlers and walkers.
Sorry?
The one for like the one box. I'm just preparing for juniors, seniors, and blue gum, and like walkers and crawlers. We are giving different like the pink, orange.
Yes, so we will have a look at, we will train that as well, because that's very important as well. So basically, in the way we cut always the fruits as well is that manner. So basically what we'll do is, actually I'm going to put it here right away. So what we do is obviously you will also cut the fruits in a certain manner. So what wind, what our cooks start to do in here is actually cut the fruits for the older groups, because the children from 3 to 5, they actually can have fruits that, for example, the babies cannot have. Example are grapes, because grape for a baby from 0 to 2 might be a choking hazard, so they won't be able to have it. In this case, that's why Kulwinder starts with those. And obviously she will move on to the different ages groups, but she will always start for the older groups. Mostly the older groups, obviously all the children have fruits in season, but in this case, the older groups are gonna have some oranges, apples and pear. Isn't it, Kulwinder?
The older one,
Yes.
they can have the kiwi as well, and kiwi, watermelon, and banana.
Okay,
So
so
they are having everything, but like a corners and boxes, they are only having oranges, bananas, and
okay.
watermelon.
Fantastic. And that's because obviously they are fruits easier to chew and easy to send down. So we avoid the risk of them getting choked by a fruit or so ever. Um, so yeah, basically Kulwinder is actually doing that cutting in the meantime. So obviously, as you can see, she's using quite a sharp knife as well. Now be very mindful with the sharp knife.
Yeah.
You cannot really walk around with the sharp knife
Yeah.
without safety in it first. So obviously as well for the babies we will cut the bananas in obviously
The
fingers.
fingers, yeah.
Can I do it?
Yeah, sure.
So fingers. Perfect.
We have also one child, she's fructose free. So like when she is coming, so we have to be careful on that time, so we can't mix.
Fantastic. So you would use another chopping board, is
Yeah,
it?
or we can use what she's having. We can cut that thing first. So just to like
Yes,
yeah.
yeah. So we would cut that first. So basically, before you start cutting,
Yeah.
you would do anaphylactic children first,
Yeah.
and you would do that child particularly with fructose
Yeah.
allergy
Yeah.
first.
So I
Fantastic,
put like the bowls, like today we have the four. So I put
fantastic,
four bowls in front of me.
brilliant, fantastic.
And we have Amelia as well. Like if she wants.
Yeah, yeah. So she has diet requirement as well, very specific as per her plan.
Yeah.
But as we mentioned, every single child has with allergy has an action plan, easy to follow,
Yeah.
and all that information you can find in that cupboard over there.
And we have to wash the fruits as well. Like before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
So I'll let you to it, Kulwinder, because for sure you're quicker than me in the kitchen. You're chop, 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 chop.
And for blue gums, so we are giving always 2 boxes because their number is high.
Yes, yeah. So obviously 2 boxes of fruit, because obviously they are quite a number of children. So for example, today we do have for that group 27, which is quite high. So obviously once you finish obviously cutting all the fruits and all that, you would remove your gloves. Okay, and then obviously again washing hands, which we'll do again now. Again, another 2 pumps. We wet our hands. Beautiful. Fantastic. So, if we didn't forget anything, obviously, as well, for the month, you will have a calendar as well for July, August. In this case, the months are coming September, October, November, December, and so forth. There will be cakes as well. So, you will have the date and the child's name as well, and what type of cake we will be making for those children. So, because it's their birthday. So we celebrate birthdays in that way. Some children prefer not to celebrate the birthday, and that's completely fine. But some of them, you will have a request here. So, for example, we do have this on Wednesday. We have Oliver, a vanilla cake. We had last week Rebecca, cacao cake, and so forth. Okay, but you will always see in there as well. Obviously, there is as well there the procedure that we spoke about the red balls and about the silver balls.
That one is done. So if you want to show that one,
Fantastic, yes. So this is how it's obviously displayed. So for example, this one here, as you can see, is cut in fingers. So watermelon, banana, and orange cut in fingers. So this would be for babies.
it
So
is at crawlers.
exactly. So crawlers and walkers. So that is the age from 0 to 2. This one here that you can see. So Gurwinda did a mix. So it's obviously orange with. It doesn't need to be peeled because they can peel it themselves, as you can see. Watermelon is still in fingers, same with the banana. Kiwi is unpeeled because they can unpeel it themselves as well, and same with the apple and pear. So all the older groups could have these, while the 0 to 2 only should be having this type of fruit. So usually banana, usually orange, watermelon, fruits that are easy to chew and they are not a hazard. And obviously we can see how Kulwinda as well separated in these red balls for anaphylactic children. So even if children are anaphylactic to, let's say, gluten, the procedure establishes clearly that you should be actually separating all the meals, including fruits, even if they are not allergic to it. All the fruits in a red bowl, so it's clear, and obviously when the food server serves to the children, they know that there is an allergy, so possible cross-contamination, even though she has done it already in different board chops. That's all for today. Thank you so much, Gulwinda. Thank you so much for this, and I'm sorry to bothering you in the kitchen. Bye.